So, today we saw the release of the last part of the interview with the whistleblower Matthew Brown as an episode of the weaponized podcast run by George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell, UFO and investigative journalists, and boy, there are quite some things to unpack and I wanted to share my quick thoughts here. The interview in this part is focused on Matthew going to and trying to get his report and on the Immaculate Constellation program he discovered while working at the Pentagon, how the eventual submission of the report was completely unexpected for the people in the Congress, and all the hoops and loops he had to go through to reach that point. It was stressed several times during the interview that this was a lonely road. Lonely because of very few people actually willing to come forth, whistleblowers being stonewalled. Matthew mentioned David Fravor himself having to beg to be a part of the UAP hearing 2 years ago, to the fact that whistleblowers are effectively left in the dark and on their own, and even the nominal protection that they have is barely anything more than a farce in fact. But the real bombshells came through towards the end of the video, and George Knapp asked Matthew why he believes there is no disclosure from the non-human intelligence visiting us, who and what they really are. The reply was that we are the reason they are here, and that they are interested in life and sentient life in particular. We may be a resource, a commodity, a subject of scientific studies, and perhaps entertainment to those beings. Matthew stated that they live here, at least for the most part of the human recorded history, in some form. When asked if they let us see them, he said he cannot see what kind of a game it would be, but he believes that they are as powerful as we think, but also not really, whatever that could mean. He added that there may be several factions or species present, which coincides with my opinion about some experiencer reports of Greys and Nordics or Greys and Mantids being present together in the same place at the same time. Perhaps it is a single civilization or a federation of sorts. He mentioned that there may be factions involved and perhaps they do not share goals and agendas, which is also a positive note for us, as they do not pose a unified front. Matthew did not see materials related to the biology, culture, philosophy of the aliens, and these are probably the most secret documents there are. He said we live in a carefully orchestrated reality in which our powers that be are curating science and the official narrative related to it. It seems that the people ultimately behind those secrets are hiding everything from us, essentially becoming a breakaway civilization, keeping us in the dark, without us being able to get to know anything of substance, kind of like the Matrix, just more boring. The concluding remark was that we are not free and that this reality has much more to it than we are allowed to believe. And finally, that God is real. It would seem that not only a lot of conspiracy-oriented views concerning UAPs or other people in control of the narrative may be true, but also that some aspects of the woo are real, as well as that our experience and vision of reality is being stifled and we are prevented from achieving our true potential. So, what do you think, dear viewers? Is this all real, or is it a distraction from what is actually going on? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Having watched all 3 videos and judging by Matthew's demeanor and behavior to how nervous he is, and how the information he provided matches what we got to know from various sources, makes me want to believe him. On a completely different note, the UAP hearing planned for this week has been cancelled for unknown reasons. So that is all on the news front for now. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you soon in another video. Take care.